Hi everyone, happy Friday. Today I want to talk about forgiving ourselves for our past financial mistakes. In 2025, we are going to thrive financially. We have a lot of financial goals that we're going to accomplish. And if we are holding on to shame, guilt, regret with any of our past financial mistakes, we are going to stay stuck, stagnant, and paralyzed and not really be able to fully experience and enjoy the financial life that we are setting ourselves up for.
See, baby, I'm debt free. Me and my family aligned to live abundantly. Just take it from me. That's how we do it. Budgets of freedom.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Budgets of Freedom. For those of you that are new here, I cover all things personal finance, whether it's that savings, budgeting, cash stuffing, just all things related to financial freedom, all while documenting my personal debt free journey with the goal to become 100% debt free, quit my corporate job to live a life more aligned with my God given purpose, and to live a life more on my terms. If this is something that you're interested in, please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I do want to jump right into the topic that I will be discussing today. And if you have ever made a financial mistake, which everyone's hand should be up, right? We have all made, whether we overspent, went over budget, didn't have a budget, got ourselves into debt, had a shopping addiction, or maybe a gambling addiction. There's so many things that we could have shame, guilt, and regret about. But if we are not able to truly forgive ourselves, we cannot move forward and reach our financial goals and freedom that we are working so hard to do. We have all either experienced a bad financial situation, currently going through the storm right now of a bad financial situation, or in the future will have a bad financial situation, some of them that we can control, but some of them that we cannot. So I just want to make sure that when we are experiencing one of those bad financial decisions, that we can forgive ourselves, that we can write down all of our mistakes, that we could really move forward with no shame, guilt, or regret. I want you to repeat after me. Today, Friday, January 31st, 2025, I forgive myself for all past financial mistakes. I will no longer hold on to shame, guilt, or regret, but I will forgive myself so I can move forward with peace into the life of abundance that I deserve. If we have already prayed about it and we have already given it to God, asked for forgiveness, who are we to continue to hold on to that and not forgive ourselves for past financial mistakes? It's all in our hands. We've already given it to God. So now it's time for us to move forward. For me, this was the hardest part of the process, right? When I did my debt confession, when I looked at all my debt and knew that it was all from my bad decisions that I have made financially, the hardest part for me was just to forgive myself. I had did praying, I had fasted, I did all these things, but the hardest part was for me to truly just let it go so I can move forward. The first step that we want to do is acknowledge and accept the mistake. Okay, so in order for us to move forward, we must acknowledge what happened without beating ourselves up. So instead of saying, I was so stupid, I maxed out a credit card, I went on this vacation, I invested in something that I didn't know about, whatever it may be, we have to reframe it as, I made a choice that didn't serve me financially, but I can learn from it. And recognizing the mistake without shame really allows us to reflect constructively instead of spiraling into guilt. The second thing that we want to do with acknowledging and accepting, we have to accept that financial mistakes don't define us. Money isn't just numbers. We all know that is very emotional. We've all made decisions that weren't the best in our life, especially financially. But instead of dwelling on the past, we have to remind ourselves, I did the best that I could with what I knew. A lot of times we just weren't there mentally to be able to make better mistakes. But moving forward, now that we are learning more about financials, that we are learning more, getting more financial literate, and on this debt free journey, we now know better so we can do better moving forward. Step number two is we want to shift our mindset from guilt to growth. Money is emotional, and the guilt can be so heavy on us and cause so many other problems in our life. But instead of staying stuck in regret, we have to shift our mindset to growth. Think of successful people that have all made financial mistakes. The difference is they learn from that instead of letting it define their future. They learned from their mistake, continued to move forward, and became very successful financially. Just because we have made past financial mistakes does not mean that that is going to be our life forever. That's not going to be our picture situation forever. We can still become very financial independent. We can still reach freedom. We can still reach all the financial goals that we have. It is not too late. So we just need to cry and do whatever we need to do to move forward. You know, with guilt, there comes a lot of shame, embarrassment, tears. There's a lot of things that we don't have to beat ourselves up over. Many successful people have had financial setbacks before they made it big. What matters is what we do next. Number three, we want to shift from shame to strategy. Once we recognize the mistake, we have written it down, we acknowledged it, we accepted it. The next step is to shift from shame to strategy. Instead of saying, I messed up, ask yourself, what could I do next? What is the plan to get me out of this financial mistake that I have created? So, take debt for an example. Myself, I am on a debt free journey. I went through this whole process. I did my debt confession, wrote down all my debts and see exactly where I'm at, and then created a debt payoff strategy, which included the time frame that I wanted to pay off my debt, the debt payoff method, snowball, avalanche. I had to call my different creditors to negotiate lowest interest rates, payment plans. There's a whole lot of moving parts that are in a debt free journey, but it's so beautiful. And I think at the end of the tunnel, I can already see the light. I am not there. And I think that it's all going to be worth it. So we just want to make sure that we shift, get out of this shame and this guilt and this embarrassment and this you're overwhelmed and it's just paralyzing you, but start getting into action and start moving, creating your strategy and plan to undo your financial mistakes. So the key is to take action, no matter how small, even if you can only put an extra $10 towards your debt right now. That's a step in the right direction. And that's a step to finally start getting that momentum to continue to push forward. Number four is we want to reframe our financial identity. One of the biggest mindset shifts that we can do is to reframe our financial identity. Instead of telling yourself, I'm bad with money, or I'll never be able to manage my money, I'll never be financial independent or out of debt. Instead, say, I'm learning to manage my money better. Mistakes do not mean that we're doomed, that it's over for us, that we can never reach a certain financial point. They are learning lessons. They mean that you're learning, we're learning. It means that we're human, that we are going to make mistakes. Number five, build a plan for a better future. Once you've forgiven yourself, you acknowledged it, you accepted it, you are building a debt free strategy or whatever strategy you need to build to undo your financial mistakes. It's time to build a plan, okay? Here are three simple things that you can do starting this week to get back on track. Track your spending. If you don't have a budget planner, if you don't have an app, you don't need any of that. Get a piece of paper and start tracking your spending. Even if it's just for a week, knowing where your money goes helps you take control. Number two, set one small financial goal. At the top of each month, I normally set 3 to 6 financial goals. But if you're just starting off, let's start with baby steps, right? Maybe it's saving $50, paying off one bill, becoming current on one of your bills, or creating a budget. All these things are going to build that momentum to help you continue to move forward after your mistakes. And number three, continue to educate yourself. Read a personal finance book, watch videos like this one, but there are so many more personal finance YouTube videos and channels. There's a whole budgeting community, which are all that everyone in the budgeting community is all supportive and doing great things. Or listen to a financial podcast. Just keep learning, continue to educate yourself on finances and money. The more you equip yourself with knowledge and a plan, the more empowered you'll feel, the more momentum you'll have to move forward. You're going to be moving forward with confidence. You have already admitted, accepted, acknowledged, forgave yourself. You have a plan. You're starting to put in the action. You're going to have so much confidence. You're learning about finances so you don't repeat the same mistakes. You're just going to build your self confidence up when it comes to money so that when you do inherit more money, whether that's through work or, your side hustle, your business, You don't have to worry about making those same mistakes. You don't have to be fearful. You don't have to think that you are going to make the same mistakes or that you're not deserving of the money because your past mistakes. Okay. Number six is let go and move on. I mean, it's that simple. At the end of the day, you have let go of your past. Regret won't pay off your debt. Shame won't fix your credit score, but action will. So, all the action steps that we talked about today, those are steps moving forward to actually make a difference and create a different future for you. You are not your financial mistakes. I am not my financial mistakes. We are not our financial mistakes. You are someone who is growing and taking control of your future. And we just have to let it go. I know it is easier said than done, but once we really get in that mindset and start writing things down and just really starting to let things go, we can really free ourselves up to move forward. A motivational quote that I always like by Peter Drucker is the best way to predict your future is to create it. We are starting to create our financial future. We are building wealth. We are getting out of debt. We are becoming financial independent, financially free. We're going to start creating our legacy so we have things to pass down to our family and children. We're breaking generational curses. We just have to go forward and move forward. So, give yourself the grace to move forward. No matter how much debt you have, no matter what mistakes you've made, you can recover. And I'm here to show you my full debt free journey, not just the good parts, right? But also the bad parts, the mistakes that I've made, the things that may happen while I'm on my debt free journey that I may have to pivot. But I'm here to help any way that I can. Hopefully, these videos are giving you motivation or inspiring you to get on your financial journey or continue your debt free journey or whatever it may be with finances. I hope this video has helped you. If you think that there's someone that needs to hear this message that is struggling with guilt and shame of past financial mistakes, send it to them. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know in the comments what's one financial mistake that you have learned from it. Let's talk about and support each other in the comments because we've all been there. It's so much easier to move forward, forgive ourselves, and really continue forward when we have encouraging words in a supportive group. You all, I hope you all have a fantastic weekend. Don't forget to take care of yourself and your finances, and I will see you on my next video. Bye.
Budgets of freedom. That's how we do. That's how we do. Budgets of freedom. That's how we do. That's how we do. Budget of freedom.